Hello students, I welcome you all to my channel Engineers Academy. Do subscribe my channel if you haven't done it yet. Now we are going to solve these problems from Thomas Finney calculus, and it says that find the equation of the straight line for the following given conditions. So now the first problem is that find the equation of the line which has a y-intercept of 4 and x-intercept is -1. So now let me write that the y-intercept is 4 and the x-intercept is -1. So now the y-intercept is the point where the straight line intersect with the y-axis. So if the straight line intersect with the y-axis at that particular point, the x-coordinate is 0, or we can say that the x-coordinate of that particular intersection point will be equal to 0. So now from y-intercept we can say that at y-intercept the x value will be 0 and the y value will be 4. And similarly at x-intercept the line intersect with the x-axis, and if the line intersect with the x-axis, the y-coordinate of that intersection point will be 0. So we can say that this will be -1, 0. So now if we are given the y-intercept and the x-intercept, we are given indirectly two points on that particular straight line, and these points are the intersection point of the straight line on the y-axis and the x-axis. So now we are given these two points, so we can use the point slope equation to find the equation of the line. So we can write that y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So let's say that this is our x1 and y1, right? This is our x1 and this is our y1. And since we are given 2 points, so we have to find the slope. Since to incorporate this equation, we have to find the slope. So we have to find the slope from these 2 points. So the slope is always equal to rise, the change in y divided by change in x. So the change in y will be this 4 minus 0. So 4 minus 0, and change in x will be this 0 minus -1. So 0 minus -1 is like this. So this is 4 divided by +1. So this slope is equal to +4. So now we can put this particular point and the slope is +4. So y minus y1 is +4. So this is +4. The slope is +4 and the x1 value is 0. So x minus 0 is x. So this is equal to 4x plus 4. So now if we compare this equation with the standard equation, that is y equals to mx plus b, this is the slope intercept form of the straight line equation. So again, if we compare, so the slope is equal to 4, which is equal to 4, and the y-intercept is equal to 4. And if we put y equals to 0, since at x-intercept the y value is 0, so if I put x equals to 0 in this equation, so we will get the x-intercept. So if we put y equals to 0, so we will have 0 equals to 4x plus 4, and from this we can write that -4 divided by 4. So this gives us the x-intercept, which is -1. So this is the equation of that straight line, which has the y-intercept equal to 4 and the x-intercept equal to -1. Now the next problem is problem 26, and again the problem 26 says that find the equation of the straight line which has y-intercept equal to -6 and x-intercept equals to 2. So now y-intercept is equal to -6 and the x-intercept is equal to +2. So now from this again we can write that at y-intercept the x-coordinate of the point is 0. So we can write that this is 0 minus 6. This corresponds to this particular point. And at the x-intercept, when the line intersects the x-axis at that particular point, the y value is 0. This is +2 and this is 0. So now we are given 2 points, and we can use the point slope equation. This is y minus y1 equals to m x minus x1. So first of all we have to find the slope. So the slope is equal to change in y divided by change in x. So now change in y is minus 6 minus 0. So this is minus 6, and change in x is 0 minus 2, so that is minus 2. This is divided by minus 2, so minus will cancel out and we will get plus 3. So now the slope is plus 3, and let's say this is x1 and this is y1. So y minus y1, which is minus 6, so this is minus 6, and the slope is plus 3, and x minus x1, so x1 is 0, so this will be 0. So y plus 6 equals to plus 3x, or we can say that y equals to plus 3x minus 6. So now this is the equation of the straight line, which has y-intercept equals to minus 6 and x-intercept equals to plus 2. Now the next problem is, or the next exercise is problem 27, which says that find the equation of the line which passes through 5 minus 1 and is parallel to this given line. So we are given a point, let's say that point is x1 and y1, which is equal to 5 minus 1, and we are given another line, and the line which we want to find, the equation of the line which we want to find is parallel to this line. So we are given that 2x plus 5y equals to 15. So if our desired line is parallel to this particular line, the slope of this line and that desired line slope will be equal. So we have to find the slope of this line, and that will be our slope of actual line that we want to find. So from this we need to convert this equation into slope intercept form, which is the slope intercept form is y equals to mx plus b. So we have to convert this form into this standard form, that is the slope intercept form. So I have to bring this plus 2x, this 2x onto the other side of equation. So we will have 5y minus 2x plus 15, and then I have to divide both sides of equation by plus 5. So this is like this. So this will cancel out, and we can say that this is y equals to minus 2 divided by 5x plus 15 divided by 5, which gives us minus 2 divided by 5x plus 3. So now this, if we compare this equation with this equation, so this is the slope of this particular line. So now we want to find the equation of the line which passes through this point and which is parallel to this line. So the line which we want to determine will have the slope equals to minus 2 divided by 5. So now we can write that the slope is minus 2 divided by 5, and the line is passes through this particular point. So we can write that point slope equation, which is y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. So the y1 is minus 1, so I will write y minus 1. The slope is minus 2 divided by 5, and x minus x1 is plus 5, so this is x minus 5, so this will y plus 1, and if I multiply this, so this is minus 2 divided by 5x, and minus into minus plus 2 divided by 5 into 5 will give us plus 2, and we need to bring this plus 1 to the other side of equation. So this will be minus 2 divided by 5x plus 2 and minus 1. So this is equal to y minus 2 divided by 5x plus 1. So this is the equation of that straight line which passes through this particular point and which is parallel to this given line. Now the next problem is, the next exercise is exercise 28, and again it says that find the equation of the line which passes through this point and parallel to this given line. So the point is given, that is x1 and y1, that is equal to minus square root 2 and 2, and the line is given. So that line is square root 2x plus 5y equals to square root 3. So again we need to convert this line into that standard form, which is y equals to mx plus b. We need to convert this into slope intercept form. So for that we need to bring this to the other side of equation. So we will have the equation like this. we will have plus 5y, and we will have minus square root 2x plus square root 3, and then we have to divide both sides of equation by plus 5. So this will be y, this will cancel out, y equals to minus square root 2 divided by 5 into x plus square root 3 divided by 5. So now the slope of the desired line is this, minus 2 divided by 5. So now we know that the slope of our desired line is minus square root divided by 5. So we can use the slope intercept equation. We can use the point slope equation, which is y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. Now y minus y1 is 2, so we can write y minus 2, and the slope value is this is the slope value, which is minus square root 2 divided by 5, and x minus x1. So x1 is minus square root 2, so minus square root 2 will make this positive, right? So we will have the equation like this. So this is y minus 2, and if I multiply this inside, so we will have minus square root 2 divided by 5x, and this will be minus into plus minus, and square root 2 into square root 2 divided by 5. So square root 2 into square root 2 will give us 2. So we will have 2, and now we need to bring this minus 2 to the other side of equation. So we will have minus square root 2 divided by 5x minus 2 divided by 5 plus 2. And now if we add both of these, so minus 2 divided by 5 plus 2, you can take 5 as an LCM, so this will be minus 2 plus 10, so this will give us 8 divided by 5. So now we can write that this is plus 8 divided by 5. So this is the equation of that line which is parallel to this given line and which passes through this particular point. Now the next problem is that find the equation of the straight line which passes through 410 and is perpendicular to the line which is given by this equation. So we are given a point which is, let's say, x1 and y1, and that is equal to 410, and the desired line is perpendicular to this given line. So we have to write that given line, which is 6x minus 3y equals to 5. So we have to convert this equation into the y-intercept form, into the slope intercept form, right? So that is y equals to mx plus b. This is the slope intercept form of the straight line, so we need to convert this into this form. So for that I have to bring this minus 6x to the other side of equation. So we will have minus 3y equals to minus 6x plus 5, and then we need to divide both sides of equation by minus 3. So this is minus 3 will cancel out, y equals to this minus cancel out, this gives us 2x minus 5 divided by 3. Now the desired line is perpendicular to this equation, so the slope of that line will be the negative reciprocal of the slope of this line. Since we know that when two lines are perpendicular, the product of their slope is equal to minus 1. So now let's say that the slope of this given line is, let's say, m2. So m2 is, if we compare this equation with this, then m2 is plus 2, and m1 is the slope of the desired line, right? So we can write that m1 and m2 is 2, this is equal to minus 1, and from this we can write that m1 is minus 1 divided by 2. So the slope of the given line is plus 2, and the slope of the desired line is the negative reciprocal of these two. So this is 2 divided by 1, and if we write minus and if we invert this, that 2 divided by 1, so we will get the slope of our desired line. So m1 is minus 1 divided by 2. Now we can use the point slope equation, which is equal to y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. So we are given this x1 and y1, and now we know the slope, which is minus 1 divided by 2. So y minus y1 is plus 10, and the slope is minus 1 divided by 2, and x minus x1 is plus 4, so this is x minus 4, and y minus 10, and if we multiply this inside, so we will have minus 1 divided by 2x, and minus into minus is plus, and 1 divided by 2 into 4 is 2, and we can write that this is y minus 1 divided by 2x plus 2, and we need to add plus 10 to both sides of equation, so that will be equal to like this. So this is y minus 1 divided by 2x, and this will give us plus 12. So this is the equation of that straight line which passes through this given point and is perpendicular to this given line. Now the next problem, the last problem, is problem 30 again, which says that find the equation of the straight line which passes through 0 1 and is perpendicular to this given line. So again we are given the x1 and y1 which is equal to 0 1, so 0 1, and we are given that it is perpendicular to this line 8x minus 13y equals to 13. So we need to convert this into slope intercept form. This is y equals to mx plus b. We need to convert it to this particular form. So for that we need to bring this 8x to the other side of equation, so it will become negative. So we will have minus 13y minus 8x plus 13, and then we have to divide both sides of equation by minus 13. So this will cancel out, and y will be equals to minus will cancel out, so we will have 8 divided by 13x, and this will give us minus 1. This will cancel out and we will have minus 1. Now the slope of this given line is 8 divided by 13, and as in the previous problem, as I have told you people, that the slope of the desired line will be the negative reciprocal of this given line. So the negative reciprocal will be minus 13 divided by 8. So the slope of the desired line which is perpendicular to this given line is equal to minus 13 divided by 8. So now we can use the point slope equation. So that equation is y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. So now y minus y1 is 1. So y minus 1, the slope is minus 13 divided by 8, and x minus 0, the x1 is 0. So this is x minus 0, and y minus 1, this is, we need to multiply this, so this will be minus 13 divided by 8x, and if we bring this minus 1 to the other side of equation, so it will become positive. So the slope of the desired line is minus the equation of the desired line is minus 13 divided by 8x plus 1. So this is the equation of the straight line which is perpendicular to this given line and which passes through this particular point.